All right, we're recording, Juice. All right. Yeah, so typically we start these out. We do something silly. We talk about our day or whatever. And Juice thinks I have an issue with his shirt.
Yeah, what is wrong with a salmon fly fishing shirt?
Number one, it's salmon. Number two.
Wow, Sand Mountain education has served you well.
Number two, we're in the largemouth bass capital of the world near Gunnersville here. The lake. Is that bug getting you?
Yeah.
You're,
is that the same one that's been here for 2 months?
Since Christmas. It's those salmon on your shirt. I eat it. They like flies.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Why do you say salmon?
There's an L in there somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, I do like the shirt, Juice. I'm going to get you a largemouth bass shirt.
Okay, well, I don't like your shirt today, so
Why not?
I don't know. It's too busy.
It's too dressy?
Yeah. This is dressed up for me, by the way. So
Juice doesn't have to dress up, but I do on occasion.
I do once in a while.
Later today, we're going to talk about testimony.
Oh.
You will dress up for that, right?
I have dressed up for that.
Yeah. But today, we're going to talk about this episode. We're going to talk about red teaming. What do you know about red teaming?
It's a pretty color in crayons if I get hungry.
Yeah. I like green.
Red and purple is my favorite flavor.
Okay. Purple's got a little bit of red in there, right? It's a mixture of red and something else.
Red and blue or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's figuring out your vulnerabilities.
You said that big word again, vulnerability. But red teaming is where you have a plan in place. Say you're a corporation or a government entity, and you have a plan in place, and you give it your plan. Can be cyber or physical security. It's usually a combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get aggravated still today. You know, I'm a certified protection professional, Juice, with American Society of Industrial Security.
Now I'm starting to understand what all those little alphabet things are at the end of your name.
There it is on the wall, Juice, up there.
No, I see that.
I get aggravated at security professionals who try to separate cyber and physical. All right?
What's the difference?
So
it's still an attack.
Physical security today is tied into your cyber if you got access control.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they'd be like. I've been in places where we're like, yeah, we got security guards. We got this plan for this and that. What about your cyber? Well, he's locked in a room down in the basement. We don't ever see him. Well, what's your cyber plan? I don't know. What if you get a cyber attack? We have no idea. Most manufacturing plants, they're automated through robotics,
right, or
some kind of computer-aided design. You name it, right?
Right.
You've worked in those places before.
Quite a bit.
And if you get a cyber attack, it can shut everything down.
And it will.
And there's no backup plan most of the time.
No.
So we get red teaming. We do both cyber and physical. So I'm going to attack your cyber infrastructure to see if we can shut your factory down.
Right.
If that's what you're operating in. If it's a large firm where there's no equipment, but it's a service company, say a large law firm. I did red teaming for a large law firm. It had 100 lawyers in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I shut their cyber down. And you think they could operate with pen and paper?
No.
As fast as information travels now, they were stopped. They were like, what do we do? You know, and I turned it back on. I was messing with them. But anyway, they had another situation where their cyber guy was in Illinois. They were here in Huntsville. And he just threw out a blanket thing he sells in terms of a service plan for internet. And they never heard from him. And I shut them down quick. So
imagine that.
But now they have a local in-house IT person that can run things. So, but yeah, they're a large firm and they did a lot of litigation. And when they're shut down, you think it's costing them money?
Oh, maybe a couple of pennies.
If I got a lawyer behind that computer I'm paying $200 an hour to, he better be working, or she. So
right.
That's costing them a lot of money, right? But anyways, they had a pretty good access control because they had an incident where a client came in and wanted to fight one of the lawyers, and it kind of scared them a little bit. Nothing major happened. They got the guy out on the street and got police there. But they had some issues. We got them installed with some access control where they had to badge in, badge out, those kind of things. And where their big vulnerability was with their cyber. Once they said, hey, we got a guy we pay, he's in Illinois. I don't know where he is. I was like, I got you. As soon as they said that to me, because that guy they sell you a blanket thing. They sell to everybody,
right?
These service providers. And how often do hackers update their tactics?
Every minute,
every millisecond, right?
Yeah, they're on top of their game.
They're trying something they throw it out there in what we call a bot computer and see if it works. If it don't, it changes and just keeps trying and trying until they find a vulnerability. So, and then they can shut you down. And that's what I did to them. And they had no idea what to do. Now they do, though. Now they got a plan. They actually listened and made some changes to how they operate their information technology program. But it was good. Also, back to red teaming again. That's what that is. I'm gonna learn a little bit. What happened? I'm gonna learn a little bit about your company, and then I'm gonna try to shut you down physically through the internet. Whatever vulnerability I can exploit, I'm gonna do it. And we let a few people know we're doing it. Like usually the plant manager, the CEO,
key people.
Yeah, they want to know. If they're worth their salt, they want to know if they got vulnerabilities, right? And what can shut them down. Because if you're a plant manager or CEO and you're shut down for days, what do you think that does to your paycheck?
Oh, it's going to affect it.
Possibly even get fired. The board's going to be like, hey, you did not have this worked out, so we're going to fire you, buddy. And like I said, it's not just simulating cyber attacks. It's also physical too. Like the company I was talking about earlier where did we record that one where I said I was walking through and shut them all down? When I was in flip-flops?
I think we're just talking
off mic.
Yeah.
My brain's not working, Juice.
That's all right.
More coffee?
It's been a while.
More coffee? But yeah, this company had large manufacturing machines, and you had to go in this building, you had to have on security equipment like a helmet, ear pro, eye pro. You had to have your shirt tail tucked in, those kind of things. And I went in with flip-flops and a T-shirt. Nobody stopped me, and I shut everything down. So that's red teaming, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what I was shutting down. I just started pressing buttons, and it did it. And they were shocked at how easy I did that.
Well, a lot of people that work on the floors are not confrontational.
They're normally tired, and they're focused in on what they're doing.
So for you to walk through is probably like, oh, look at that idiot, flip-flops.
You get his toes cut off.
Yeah.
But that's an example of red teaming, though. So what are your thoughts so far?
It's terrorism to me in the simplest forms.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks, oh, terrorism, the plane into the building thing and IEDs and all that. It's not. Mm-hmm. It could be something as simple as your own business and somebody coming in and messing with your computers, your security systems. It's an act of terrorism in my eyes.
Right. Yeah. We had it happen in our little company here where somebody had clicked on something and it did what we called a malicious inject into our email system.
Mm.
And it started flooding. It started sending emails from me out to everybody I've ever sent an email to, like every minute. Flood, what you call a syntax flood.
Right.
So it shut us down for a day. It's a pain in the butt for me. But imagine if we had 1,000 employees.
Yeah.
It would have been terrible. So
yeah,
it would have shut. We'd have had to go through all kind of things. But we figured out how they did it. It was a previous employee. It was great.
Yeah, fabulous.
Can't kill them, Juice.
I'd have, unfortunately. There's plenty of places to put the body.
We got a lot around here, don't we?
Yeah.
So, around the country.
Unfortunately, people like that, they just need to go away, go get another job, do something else.
Mm-hmm.
It takes more effort doing stuff like that, sabotaging somebody the way they did, than it does to just go out and get another job or, I don't know, do your job to begin with.
Right. Yeah, that's the person that got fired for being lazy.
Oh, imagine that.
And then they decided, hey, we're going to do this cyber attack on. I was thinking when it happened, when I found out they did it, I said, I wish you put as much effort in your job.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
This right here. So you'd still be working for me, probably. These flies are killing me, Juice. So it is getting fly season around here.
I know. You're going to have to shower more.
We live out in the country. I wish those fish on your shirt would eat some of them. Did you find it? Juice got it. Did you hear the thump? Yeah.
That was only one, and now it just flew past my forehead.
Right. So, the business continuity plan's a big one. So all these companies I've messed with them, done red teaming with, and shut them down for however I shut them down, whether physically or through the internet. they didn't have a continuity plan. So they didn't have a backup server where they could fire it up and get running within minutes. And that's one thing that shows you, hey, you don't have a continuity plan. They think they do until it actually shuts down.
Right.
Until the rubber meets the road, and they're like, well, we need to get a continuity plan together. And that's something we do. We do all these things.
Right.
So I'm kind of running out of time here, Juice, and out of things to say. Well, I know this wasn't in your wheelhouse.
No, this isn't one of my specialties, but from my background in manufacturing, being a tool and die maker, machining, some of these plants, they have big money when those machines are going. As soon as you shut them down, it's a panic because they all want to back up. They all want to make money. Literally, there's some that makes, in 1 hour, $2.5 million.
Yep.
In 1 hour, one machine. So we kind of wanted them running because if they're running, we're making money. We're still going to get paid. We may even get a Christmas bonus.
Yeah, bonuses come from that too.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that happen inside those. So for any business to be down for any length of time, I don't care if it's a minute or a day, it's costing money all the way down the line, the way down the line. So you got to do what you can, and then don't take it lightly. If somebody comes in and helps you out and shows you where your weak points are, strengthen your weak points.
Right. So one thing I like to do when I go into these places, I try to emphasize, I'm not here to take somebody's job or get somebody fired. A lot of them they see a security consultant, the IT guy, the person in charge of physical security. They're like, what's this? Right. They're trying to show that I'm not doing my job. What's happening? I emphasize, no, we're trying to make you better at your job.
Yeah.
So, and I emphasize that to the decision makers too, that are paying it.
And you're right. That's the mentality when you see those guys come on the floor and you see them doing things. They're asking you questions. First thing a lot of people think of is, oh, I'm going to get screwed. I'm going to lose my job now. No, it's not what this is about.
It's about to make the company as a whole better.
Yes.
And
which makes your working environment better, which could make your paycheck go up.
Unfortunately, security gets thought about like stripes in the driveway. It's a commodity.
Yeah.
We need to get them stripes painted again before we look at our security systems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's down there low for some companies.
Yeah. And I don't get it.
Until they get attacked. So till they get a problem.
Yeah, and then they have that knee-jerk reaction. Well, it's a lot easier to be proactive than reactive because once you're reactive, the damage is already done.
Right. But, all right, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll be back. The next one we're talking about is court testimony, Juice.
Woo!
That one to go on for a while. I got some stories there. But
That's good. That's good.
We do the red teaming for corporations and government entities. So if it's something you guys want to look at, give us a call. I'll send Juice out there to do it.
Yes, the good-looking one.
That's right. Say bye, Juice.
Bye, Juice.
Bye. Hey, everybody. Macky here. I just wanted to go over our name change of our company. So this is the Hidden Threads podcast, but we also have a company. It was named Macky Outlaw Private Investigators. Now, with our expansion into other states and franchise owners buying into our franchise, we wanted to make it something where it's more of a team concept than just one person's name. Yep, that is my real name, Macky Outlaw. I get asked that every day. Hey, is that your real name? It is, in fact, on my birth certificate. But we have changed the name to ShadowNet. So the name comes from us working in the shadows for people all the time, and net for network, since we are a cyber forensics company. So we combine them together to ShadowNet Inc., and you'll see it on our advertisements and our Facebook page and other social media where you see it. So, yep, it's the same great company, same great results, just a different name. ShadowNet. Look for us on the web. Thanks.